Hello and welcome to another episode of the Do It For Yourself podcast. I'm your host FOXANNE.
And I am your host Laura, and this is a podcast for creatives by creatives.
This podcast is a mix of realness and feel-good vibes from your two new northern besties.
Ding, ding, ding. I don't know how I do that because I put it in anyway. So today we're looking a little bit different if you are watching the YouTube version. So we've done like a little bit of a makeshift situation and we're just filming on a phone today, aren't we?
We are.
Yeah.
We were supposed to film another episode, but that's fallen through. So now we didn't want to have to do the whole setup. So we thought, do you know what? We'll just wing it because do you know what? These new iPhones are very, very good. Look at this is on a front-facing. So if you're watching on the YouTube version, this is being filmed on a front-facing camera.
I can't stop looking at myself.
I know, me too. I'm like, oh, we've got the ring light popping. I mean, my roots look a little bit greasy, but it's okay. It's fine. So this episode is another full episode of Am I the Arseholes?
Yeah, because we had to do like a bit of a makeshift situation, didn't we? We're like, what can we film instead? We're like, Am I the Arseholes? Because everyone loves them.
Yeah, and I have loads up my sleeve that I've been wanting to share because the last couple of podcasts we've had guests on and we don't do them when we've got a guest on, and then when we do them.
Do you know what that reminds me of?
What?
Chandler when he gets to the job and he goes, your duties.
Your duties.
And he's like
duties. And then he gets out of the door and he was like, it's a good thing about the duties guy, and he's like,
yeah, and he's like, well, what do you mean?
And he's like, no, this is the door, the interview was in there, this is a different person, who is this man? Wow, that was a tangent.
Yeah, that's me, sorry, I made that tangent happen. But yeah, so we're in a bit of a different situation, but I quite like this.
I know, me too.
It's like nice and cash. I don't have to get the whole setup sorted.
I know, it's very nice and cash.
Nice.
And then Luna's asleep behind us somewhere, which is nice.
Very, very cute. Do you want to have a quick update on your life?
Oh my god, this is dead scary.
What do you mean?
Oh yeah! This is dead scary.
You don't have to say anything.
So, I have a lot to update you all on.
I'm really proud. I don't know what I was going to say then.
This is making it sound like it's something it's not. I have made the executive decision I have put that's Luna snoring. I have put, as the podcast says, I have put myself first.
Love to see it. We love to see it.
And I have decided to get a job. I've decided to not necessarily quit freelance, but I would like to try and work in industry. It's something that I'm dead scared about, and Sophie from Fabstract has been kind of like easing me into it to be like, come on, you can. So I actually had a job interview this morning and I think that went really well. It's a graphic design role. I don't know what's going to happen with that. I don't really want to go into too much detail about what kind of jobs I'm applying for because I don't want to seem like a dick if I don't get them. I'm dead embarrassed.
Don't you be embarrassed putting yourself out there. It's great.
So I am dead scared. It's dead daunting. But I've done my portfolio and I've done my CV.
And it's stunning.
It's so nice.
It is stunning. Your portfolio is amazing.
I'm super chuffed with it. But it's difficult. So the level of job that I'm applying for, I'm really like putting myself into the deep end, but I know it's something that I am capable of. I've obviously got the experience. I've worked with so many different clients and stuff like that. It's just, and I know my worth. I know how much I should be getting paid.
$10 million.
$10 million. But yeah, no. So it's exciting. It's dead scary. I feel like we should do a full episode on. I don't want to be like, I think we should do a full episode on me, but like,
no.
Do you know what I mean? Like, do a full episode of like where my mind's at, because there might be a lot of people listening who are like scared. Because
or like even the opposite way as well, going from a job to freelance, it's definitely either way it's a big step.
Freelance is still my end goal, but it just for now this is the steps that I need to take to make my life better. But yeah, no, I think we should do a full episode on it, maybe when I do have a job.
When you do, not if you do, when you do, manifest it.
I know. But yeah, no, we'll do a full episode on that about feeling like, because at the minute I feel like I'm selling out, and I feel like I know, but to like whose standard. But yeah, no, so that's me. What about you? You got anything?
Well, and I feel like we could make a whole episode on this as well. I have got my ADHD assessment, and I was on the cancellation list. So I am gonna, the day that I get back off holiday, which is in like 3 weeks, the day after, I've got my assessment. I'm literally like,
I'm elated for you.
I can't even explain how happy I am. I got home and I was saying to George, I was like, this is the most exciting thing that's ever happened to me. I was like, honestly, because I thought it was going to be like in a year's time, but it's like, it's come so quick. Yeah. But I feel like I've also been waiting for it for ages, and I'm dying for the meds, and I know that makes me sound like a bit of a drug addict.
I know.
But I'm like, I need to feel like a normal person. I've heard, I hate saying that because it's ableist against myself. What even is normal? But I want my mind to feel quiet and to be able to do things. Yeah. And
I think it's weird. So obviously, like, having me and Laura speak every day about everything, we're way too open with each other sometimes, I feel. But the more and more I speak to you, the more and more I'm like, maybe I should get assessed.
Because I've said as well, like, I've read before that, so you've got, obviously I don't know how many people know about ADHD because I didn't know anything. So you've got neurodiversity, which is like under the bracket of, so you've got autism, ADHD, all those sorts of things, because your brain's like completely different to a neurotypical person. Neurodiverse people gravitate towards each other, like, naturally. And like, I've got a friend, Nor, who won't mind me saying she thinks that she probably has ADHD as well. You're saying you've got something going on.
Yeah. No, and I don't know. I think it's one of them things. It's the invalidation of yourself. But I think it's also with things that are so, obviously, I don't want to invalidate anybody, but with things that are so open-ended, and I think like we've spoke about before, you can have ADHD symptoms without having ADHD.
Oh yeah.
But like the more and more like acknowledging things that I'm doing, I've been like maybe, but then I don't know if I'm kind of like, people say when they're pregnant they feel like everybody else is pregnant around them, so it's because you're seeing it, if that makes sense. You're more open to it, so the more and more you're like, oh, maybe these symptoms are X, Y, and Z, the more and more they'll see it. Or I don't know if I'm just in denial. But no, but the thing is, I've seen a lot of things on Instagram where people have been misdiagnosed for their anxiety and depression. It's actually ADHD.
So I've been diagnosed with anxiety and depression, and I know that along with a few other things in my life, my trauma, etc., I won't go into details, but I know that is partly down to being undiagnosed my whole life. Whether it is ADHD or something else, I'm definitely not neurotypical. So we shall see, because I struggle with like normal day-to-day things. So I know that when I do get the treatment that I need, it is going to make my life so much easier, because like I remember one time, like, I was sat on the bed and there was 3 tops that needed putting in the drawer, and it'd take 2 seconds, and I started crying because like I just couldn't physically do it. And like, that's what people don't realise. Like, when you think of ADHD, you think of like a little kid running around being naughty.
Yeah.
But it's not that. I just really hope that this is going to change my life. I mean, I don't want to put my hopes on it too much, but I know that whatever happens, they might say that I've got autism or bipolar. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, they might say I've got something else, but I know that I'm going to be with like a proper professional that's specialised in this, and they're going to be able to tell me, this is what's happening, this is the reason for this, and this is what we're going to do about it. And that's what I want, and I'm just so excited because, I'm just buzzing. But yeah, do you want to go? I don't think there's anything else to update on. Do you want to go ahead and show me or tell me the first Am I the Arsehole?
You ready?
Yeah. Actually, no, I'm not ready. Blow me away.
So again, preface this, I've read the titles and I thought, oh, interesting, but I'm like kind of live reacting to them. So first one, am I the arsehole for refusing to do graphic design work for my mother? I, 17 female, enjoy making art. and I'm going into stop motion animation in university. My high school offers an internship that makes graphics, logos and t-shirt designs for clients. I joined this internship and I was promoted to the position of art director. I mean, go you for 17.
Amazing.
I know. Since this opportunity, my mother has been asking if I could design logos and t-shirt designs for the different events that she participates in. This is outside of the internship. She asked me for the designs because she doesn't have the artistic vision that I do. The first time she asked for a design, I was fine with doing it. But now she frequently tells me that I have to make designs for things she's a part of. She never asks if I want to design a graphic. She tells me whenever the group that she's in that I will make the design and then informs me later. I hate that. I have told her multiple times very explicitly that I refuse to create more designs for her, and every time she gets very upset and expects me to make the design anyway. She says that if I don't make a design, I'm not allowed to ask her for any favour ever again. I have explained to her that if she paid me, I would make the designs. The internship is unpaid and I am in too many extracurriculars to have a job during the school year. But she was shocked and appalled that I would make my own mother pay for my work. It's not like I have much free time to do these designs. I'm enrolled into 3 AP classes and I'm taking an extra one outside of school. I'm also in several after school activities. I'm the art director for the internship. On top of this, I'm also applying to scholarships and worrying about college. The time that I have to spend making these designs for my mother is very valuable to me, and I tried explaining this to her. But now, every time I'm watching television, watching a television show or playing a video game, she will get upset and say that I could be working on the designs for her instead. I thought I
hate this woman. I would leave home right now.
I mean, it's easier said than done.
I know.
I thought I was in the right for being upset until I explained my frustrations to my father, who instantly sided with my mother. He told me that the least I can do for my mother are these very simple favours, and
Why
that she asked very little of me otherwise. That she's just very proud of me and is giving me opportunities to expose my art to the world. They both have done a lot for me, paying for my private art lessons and allowing me to pursue a career in art, so I genuinely don't know if my anger is justified.
One second. There's something that just jumped out to me. They've done a lot for me by allowing me to have a career in art. You don't have to have, no.
No, but they are paying for her private art lessons, so I can see how, obviously, I don't agree with it. I don't like the emotional manipulation that's going on, which is very apparent. Like the weird, emotional manipulation is definitely happening. But I can see it from the mum's point of view. The mum and the dad are paying her for private art lessons, which won't be cheap. So the mum might see that as being like, well, I'll pay for your art lessons, so
yeah, but that's really that's not right though. Just because she's done that doesn't mean is she paying for her private art lessons so that she can get something in return? No, she should be paying for her art lessons out of the goodness of her heart because she's a mother. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I think that her mum's the arsehole.
I think what's happened here is, obviously with these, we always say this, we're only hearing one side of the story, and this person is 17. But I do think the vibe from what she's giving, it's as if the mum's feels a bit entitled. She says that if I don't make a design, I'm not allowed to ask her of any favour ever again.
Yeah, that's what got me as well. I think that's really, really wrong. What do you mean, another favour? You're my mother.
I know.
Don't ask me for another favour ever again.
Well,
you can't just say,
17,
well, I've done this for you, so you need to do this. Like, it'd be fair enough if the daughter was like, I really want to get more experience and was looking for, like, different businesses, but then wasn't doing it for her mum.
Yeah.
Fair enough, but she's not got a lot of time. She deserves free time. What does she mean? You watching the TV. Does she want it to spend every single day? A minute of every day working.
Well, yeah, this is it. She sounds like she's enrolled to 3 AP classes, taking an extra one outside of school. She's also in several school after activities. So she's obviously, like, a good worker. Like, she's obviously being, like, she's not Well, you never know if she's a difficult child. I was saying, but yeah, so she's enrolled to all these classes and she's obviously a hard worker, and I think it is quite awful that she's like, well, you're watching TV and you could be doing this. Yeah, well, she needs time to like wind down. So
it's important to rest and look after yourself.
It is.
For sure.
So the top comment is, not the arsehole. Your mother shouldn't be volunteering you to do work for her groups. It's fine for her to ask you, and it's completely reasonable for you to tell her that you don't have the time to do those on top of your schoolwork and internship. I don't feel like doing that is a perfectly reasonable response. The designs for pay part is probably a non-starter, but you're within your rights to refuse.
Also, consent. What is this teaching your daughter about consent? Like, she's agreeing that she's going to do this first before even asking her. She's not asking her for a consent. She's not saying, oh, can I suggest this?
No, I get that.
She's just saying, no, you've got to do it. Like, what's that saying about consent?
I know, I don't, it's one of them, it's like, oh, it's all right, my daughter can do that. And it's probably coming from a place of love and a place of her being proud, being like, my daughter can do this, my daughter can do that, oh, how great's my daughter by doing this. But then it's at the daughter's expense, and it seems to me as if maybe this mum might be like trying to prove herself to the other mums.
Yeah, and then maybe she's so annoyed that she won't do it because she's already said that she's going to do it. She's already said she's going to do it, and now she's embarrassed.
Yeah, embarrassed. It's embarrassing.
Embarrassed.
Yeah, and I think but that's not the daughter's issue. Like, oh, I hate this. The mum's I don't like it. Another commenter says, not the arsehole, the least she can do is stop volunteer you without your agreement, and then tell you what she'll be doing. She's selfish. I'm a 39-year-old mother with 2 teens myself, and if I expected something outside of the normal chores, they got paid for it. I think if the mum came to her with a level of respect, an equal level of respect, and being like, right, this is something that I would love to put you forward for. Maybe if something comes up again, what's your schedule like, or what's this like, or what's that like? But it's the entitlement, and I get it. Obviously, like, she still lives at home, and like the stuff that you do as a child for your mother that you don't get paid for, there's stuff that you do because it's your mum. Do you know what I mean? Like when you're a child, because your mum feeds you, puts clothes on your back, gives you a house. So it's kind of like a give and take.
But at the same time, though, you shouldn't be expected to do anything. But
it's the expectation of it outside. It's again outside the normal chores. So like when I was younger, we had to like clean the pots, and someone was in charge of like doing this and doing that, and that's something that we had to do, and that was it. There was no saying about it.
That's teaching you like how to live as a human being, so that you can like wash your pots and stuff and understand how to live. Another thing I was thinking as well was, even if they were going to pay her, for her to accept it on her behalf anyway is still wrong, because she might not have the time, or it might not be the right kind of work for her. She might not enjoy it. So even if she turned around and said, we're going to pay you £100 to do this, you're going to do it, I've already said you're doing it, that would still be wrong. So it's all about the consent. It's not about the money. I think it's the consent.
It is.
Like, understand consent. I'm worrying about what else she's being taught. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Someone's put, not the arsehole. The family discount. And Sport told your hourly rate is $700 an hour. Not the arsehole. Labour has value.
It does. She's going to burn herself out if she keeps working like this.
Not the arsehole. Your mother is treating you like an employee, not like someone being generous with their time and talent. I too have a teenage daughter who is interested in graphic design. She has done some projects for me, but we are talking a full small project in 2 years, and she's been paid a generous fee per project. I also make sure that she wasn't subject to tight deadlines because of school and her part-time job. So your mum would be the arsehole if she continues to feel entitled to your time and your talent, especially if there is no compensation.
Because also, like, when's this going to stop? Like, if in 10 years' time she's 27 and she's running a successful business, is her mum still going to go, do this for me now? Who's saying?
Someone's put...
oh, this isn't nice.
No, someone's quoted the bit where she says, I'm in too many extracurriculars and have a job... during the school year. Someone's commented that and said, so you want your family to pay for these extras, seem like they could stop paying and you'd have heaps of time. And then she quotes again, say the part where OP says, she says that if I don't make a design, I'm not allowed to ask her for any favour ever again. This commenter says, so you ask often then, enough that you panic and run to dad when she threatens to cut you off from her favours.
I don't
your
think that
parents
was
aren't entitled to your
together.
work for free, but you aren't entitled to theirs either. So far, this has been a one-way street of favours running in your direction. You are the arsehole.
No.
So OP has commented saying, I don't actually ask for favours too often. The most recent ask was if I could get a haircut. Last time I got a haircut was November, and this was 22 days ago. This is dead recent. Oh my god, I love this. Usually my favours consist of asking to hang out with friends where I pay for my own food / activity. I would say that the biggest favours I have asked is for shirts or sweatshirts for the clubs I'm in. My mother has asked me for her favours as well, such as asking for cash. I have all of my tip money stored in my wallet, so whenever my parents need physical cash, they go to me. I don't have a problem with these favours because they always pay me back. I also drive my little sister to her extracurriculars and pick her up after school. This seems like a one-way street to me. What do you think?
Yes. I think that person that commented was just a troll then. Just wanting to look for something bad.
Yeah, definitely. So what's your rounding comments for that one? What do you think?
I feel sorry for the girl because that's the way that I see it. This is going to continue on in her life.
Yeah, I think you need to set some hard boundaries now while you're 17.
Yeah.
My love.
So she knows that, she's not to be messed with.
Ooh, fat and talk from Laura.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would never say.
No.
I sound like I'm dead feisty, but I'm not at all. I cower over. I'm like, oh, sorry.
So, this one was posted a year ago. And it's got 616 upvotes. So it's quite like a decent one, not like a massive one, but it was interesting. Am I the arsehole for not using my art commission earnings to pay for a friend's cat's operation? Unhinged. Straight away. I, 24 female, work as a freelance illustrator, mostly doing NSFW and pin-up style commissions. Love that.
Oh, is that not safe for work?
Yeah. My income isn't big, but I took this year off from my day job because I need to focus on therapy. So art commissions are important to me and I love doing them. Mm-hmm. I'm in a difficult spot financially because I had to move homes very suddenly without much savings. About a week ago, a friend, which I only speak to online, messaged me saying he showed my work to a friend of his who's interested in a commission. I thanked him, saying it would really help me out right now because that would mean I can get furniture for my new home. Then it started getting weird for me. The client didn't want to talk with me directly, so all communication went by this mutual friend. The friend already promised this client a friend's discount without my agreement, and the commission itself doesn't fit my other work, so I probably wouldn't have done it if it wasn't a friend of a friend, you know? Mm. In the end, I was promised €300, more than I would ask for such commission. But the client also wanted a voice message from me, which isn't something I've done before, but fuck it, so I was happy with the price. That's weird. I don't know where this is going.
A voice message?
This is weird.
Is it not safe for work?
Oh, this is weird.
Oh my god, is she going to be sexy voice?
After that, it took a whole week before the client to send the money to my friend, which already made me nervous because I feel better handling everything on my own. And then my friend says, now the question is, should I give it to you or give you €100 for the commission and keep the rest for myself? I thought this was a very cruel joke and got upset, so I immediately went like, dude, it's not funny, and told him that I was promised €300 for my services and I won't start working without it. Then he told me he needed the money.
Well, he's not the one that's done the work.
His dom has a cat and has been hit by a car 2 weeks ago and needs an operation.
Who has a cat?
His dom has a cat and he needs been hit by a car 2 weeks ago and needs an operation. I love animals and I feel sorry for the cat, but this cat belongs to a group of 5 people from whom I only know one. I don't feel like giving away 2/3 of my earning to save up for this cat. I have enough struggles on my own. I told him this and he sent me all the money over anyways, and now told me he has to euthanize the cat. I feel really bad about this as it puts me in a position where I seem like the bad guy by receiving money for the work. No. Why would their cat be my responsibility? Today I checked back Kathy's story and I found out the cat's operation cost €272. And he really tried to make me pay 200 of it instead of them, all 5 of them paying the €54. This made me think he tried to swindle both me and the client that I'm working for. So I don't feel like talking to him, but we'll finish the commission in a timely manner and be done with this. but I can't stop thinking about this because I feel really sorry for the cat and I don't want to be the reason he asked to die. But at the same time, I really don't understand why I have to fix this for him. This is. I don't think there's a cat. Do you know what I mean?
She only speaks to this person online.
Yeah. What do you think of that so far? My vibe is I don't think if there is a cat, I don't think the cat's ill, or even if there's a cat, I think he's tried to...
He's asked this person to do the work for him and only threw him for the reason because he knew, because it got knocked over 2 weeks ago. Yeah. Why on earth have you not paid for the operation yet?
And do we know if he's not getting anything out of it? What if he said to the client that she charges €500 and she's only getting 300? How do we not know this? Because he's not letting her speak to the client.
I don't think that.
And I don't get what the voicemail's for. That's dead weird.
The voice note. Yeah, she's not said this.
Yeah, no.
I want to know what this voice note is.
So she has. But there is an edit. There is an update.
This is sketchy.
Thanks everyone for the responses and reassuring me I'm not a bad person for letting a friend, probably fictive.
What does fictive mean?
Like fictitious, like I think that's the word, fictitious, like
a catfish.
No, like fictive is like fiction.
So it's a bit like catfish then. Like you're not
real.
It's
like a fiction, like a fiction book.
Oh,
fictitious, or fictish.
Yeah.
Fictive, whatever. Here's some extra information that might clear things up. First off, the friend isn't a catfish. I know him from a local cosplay Discord for a long time, and we have mutual friends, but he lives in another city, so I don't meet him in person. This is why his intentions caught me by surprise. He does make a joke about how easy it is for me to basically make money drawing porn. Hint, it's not. I don't like it. I don't like this. Is giving me ick. This is making me icky. He did give me the money after I got angry with him. It was then he told me now the cat needs to be euthanized. I'm sorry if I didn't make that clear.
So she got the money and then he was like, well, now my cat has to be euthanized because of you. No, that's emotional manipulation.
I am suspicious he might be a catfish to the client though. He told me that he convinced the client he was a cute girl and jokes around with that. So now my good friends are warning me he might play off that voice message as his own. I don't feel comfortable doing it anymore. I understand everyone's saying I should give the money back to the client, but first off, I have no means to contact him, and second, there's some really urgent expenses I need for my new home, so I'd rather just finish the art and keep the money. It also makes me feel more at peace knowing I kept my part of the deal and delivered my work.
Yeah.
After that, I'll eventually ghost this dude and be more cautious. So.
Oh, I'm glad that she's realised, because at first I thought she was quite naive, so maybe these people who have commented have made her realise.
No, so someone's put, the top comment is not the arsehole. You do not have a responsibility towards someone else's cat. Do you even know for sure that this cat exists? Because your friend sounds really sketchy.
Yeah.
And OP's replied saying, he sometimes sends me photos and videos of the cat, so I'm sure he's real, but I'm very suspicious about if he really needs the money for the operation. The cat was run over 12 days ago, and I can't really imagine a group of 5 students doesn't have a way to get around $50 each together for their cat to have something saved. Someone's commented to that saying, having just paid a lot in vet bills recently, I find the cost to be suspicious. I suspect veterinary costs are not too dissimilar between the US and Europe. €200 seems to be way too low for any sort of procedure. My cat had a very simple surgery and it cost the equivalent of €1,000.
Wow. I don't know, I really don't like this guy, and the fact that, I mean, even if there was a cat, and even if it did get run over, and even if none of them had the money, that's never her responsibility, and he should understand that it's not her responsibility. Yeah. To just assume that he can just take the money. That's daylight robbery.
Someone's put not the arsehole, but learn from this experience. If something feels off, don't agree to it. If a client refuses to talk to you, you probably don't want them as a client. And then
they probably didn't refuse to talk to it. It was probably him.
Yeah, I'll definitely learn from this. I usually always have nice experiences with commissions, clients coming back for more work and giving tips. So it sucks to have someone who calls me a friend ruin it. I agreed to this too quickly because I could really use the money right now. That's it. This is something we talk about all the time, is when, like, I know that I've done it recently, take a job on that I weren't really too chuffed about taking on, but just for money. It is what it is at the end of the day. Someone's put, not the arsehole, this friend is clearly trying to scam you and the client. Do not, under no circumstances, Give away your work before you have full payment in a way that cannot be pulled back. And better stay away from this friend in future. I know peace, but yeah, I've already had a bad feeling about this guy. Luckily, I haven't even started yet. I'm still a bit worried if he's going to make a PayPal charge back. Oh, pay through PayPal. Nope.
No.
This really sucks though, because I've always had a pleasant experiences with my commission work, and now the first time it turns bad, it's because of a friend. Right, I'm going to check the posters
Yeah.
thingy and see what they've put.
Do you know what? There's other ways to get money than instead of robbing your friend. Like, if something happened to Mando tomorrow and we didn't have the money for an operation that was going to save his life, obviously it's my child. Well, it's my pet child.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't ever scam someone into giving me money. Go, oh, can I just keep it for my cat that needs an operation? No, I would do, even if I needed to, I'd do like a little GoFundMe or something. Has he not got parents that he can ask? Have they all not got parents?
I know.
Yeah, why have they got a cat as students if they can't afford to pay for the vet bills? That's one thing
That's
that you
5
told.
of them.
Yeah, 5 of them. That's one thing that you told. It's a big responsibility getting a pet. Don't get a pet as a student. No. I think it's really irresponsible. And also, like, when they all graduate, who's getting the cat? None of them can obviously clearly afford vet bills.
No.
Shocking. But
Anger.
I'm angry.
Yeah.
I'm
I hope
angry.
that she's okay though. Like, I hope that she got her money, and because this was a year ago and there's no update since. I hope that she got her money. I hope that he isn't. I was such a weirdo. Like, that's such a weird thing to do.
Yeah, and it is a bit weird that, like,
Wanted a voice note. Oh, weird. I don't like it.
I think that he was pretending. I wonder if, like, it was another woman and he was pretending to be, like, sexy with her or something. Maybe she was a lesbian, or maybe it was a man. Who knows?
So, ready for another one.
Mm-hmm.
Am I the arsehole for not paying my friend the promised amount of money for a project that we collaborated on?
Yes.
Okay.
Straight away.
I know
you
how
promised it. You promised it. Sorry.
This is a promise.
Yeah.
I know how the title sounds, but hear me out. I have a friend
I don't want to, but whatever.
Sorry. No, it's a no from me, darling.
Whatever it is.
I had a friend who collaborated with me in making apparel fan merchandise, and we agreed to split the work 50-50 and also have the earnings split the same way. Our first project went relatively well. We both contributed to the design of the apparel equally, but they did the bulk of the spreading the word by talking to people on Discord frequently and did an illustration for the marketing. I did the promotional graphics and logistics, the sourcing of suitable manufacturers, communicating with them, housing the stock when they got shipped, and packing and mailing the orders. Everything went well, both work and earnings were split in half nicely. Then came our second collab project. And my mistake was assuming that it will go just as well and smoothly as the first time. In the second project, before any actual work had gotten done, when asked how much earnings they could get, I told them it's the same 50-50 split as per what we did previously, and I'd assumed the work would be split evenly this time too. The problem is, as the project went on, I was the one tanking it and they barely contributed due to their new job. The design was mostly done by me. I did all the work for the marketing and project and social media, creating an illustration and graphics for the promotional materials and all the logistics that I'd entailed for the first project. The worst part is that this project ended up being a lot more successful than the first one for an indie creator. So there was a lot of packing and mailing for me to do alone, and I had to get family to help me. It did not help that this happened a few months ago when COVID was at its peak in my country and lockdown was in lockdown for a month or so. I was not offered any help from my partner due to the circumstances, which was understandable, but they did not do any of the promoting, and that too fell on me. The one thing they did was send me a frankly unpolished and not very aesthetically pleasing illustration 2 days before the project ended on Kickstarter, which was part of their responsibilities in the first place before I ended up doing that bit too. Now the project has ended, every order sent out and the money's in. I'm not comfortable giving half the earnings to them because of the unbalanced workload, as I've expected the work to be done equally. We've not been talking for months due to them being busy at their new job and the plain old COVID depression. So am I the arsehole if I take the initiative to transfer them the amount I had initially promised them? Frankly, I'm just glad the project was done with and I don't want to talk to them anymore.
Yeah. Firstly, I'm going to say, yes, you are an arsehole. It is very shit. But in this situation, there should have been more communication. We've not spoken for months. Well, why are you not saying, look, I need you to do this, this and that. Like, I feel like this is unfair, before it got out of hand. Like, and you can't just not give her the money. If you don't want to give her the money, at least message her and say, look, I'm not going to give you the money and this is why. You can't just not do it. But it is a really shitty situation and I feel sorry for her. It'd be different if that other person was like, why, I want the money still because this, and that. Like, but I do think it is a bit sticky.
It is a bit sticky. I do feel like there's a miscommunication.
That's always a thing with the Reddit. Miscommunication.
It is. You need to communicate. But I think they're both to blame.
Yeah.
I think there should have been more communication. I don't think they're an arsehole for not wanting to give them the money. I think
you are if you just don't.
Yeah, I think they need to say, right, let's just have a chat about this. This is all the work that I've done for this. And I think the pay needs to be split accordingly, whether it's 75% goes to this. I think it is communication. So someone's put, you are the arsehole, only because you should have told them that you weren't going to split it 50-50 if they weren't going to contribute. The next time business partner changes the terms of their participation, discuss how that will affect their profit before moving forward. You made an agreement and you really need to stick to it. This could affect your business reputation. If you want to continue to collaborate with other people and make money, you really need to be known as someone who takes their contract seriously, even if it is just a verbal one. You should really talk to your friend though. He might agree that he doesn't deserve half the profits. In this case, I would change my judgment.
Yeah, exactly. This person doesn't even know what their stance is. They might be thinking, oh, it's fine. Like, I've not done enough, but it's fine if she only wants to give me $5, whatever.
OP says, yeah, that's a learning point to discuss further before moving forward with the project. At the start, we were both really excited about it, so I barreled through even after they started dropping off. Thanks for your comment. And someone's put, Eesh, do they agree to your assessment?
Eesh, is that everyone sucks here?
Maybe.
Eesh, I think it is, everyone sucks here.
Yeah, maybe. Do they agree with your assessment? Did you talk them throughout the project? Yes, 50-50 seems unfair, but it also seems unfair to change the rules after everything was complete. The time you should have addressed this was during the project, not after.
Yeah,
It sounds like your friendship may be over anyway, so it might be worth it for you to dig your heels in and not split the proceeds 50-50. However, your communication skills are lacking and you all behave like arseholes at some point during this second project.
Agreed.
OP put, they stopped communicating once they had their new job and lockdown happened, and during the packing and mailing phase I didn't bother contacting them too, as it was just 2 weeks of packing and messaging backers of the project. But point taken about the communication part, that's something I'll be working on.
That's good. Yeah, that's nice. That's a nice response.
I'm going to go onto the thingy and see what they've said. Someone's put, is there a contract or something like it? And they've put, there wasn't. We were friends and all of our projects was basically us going, hey, this sounds like a good idea to do and let's go ahead with it.
Right.
You would be the arsehole. A contract is a contract. Pay them the promised amount, chalk it up to a learning experience and move on. It absolutely sucks, but legally you really do owe them. And then OP's replied saying that'll be the case if there was a contract, but there wasn't one. The whole thing was talk via casual messaging as we're friends. I think this is all sticky. I think they should have communicated at the beginning. Like we have said, haven't we? We do 50-50%. We don't earn anything from this.
Yeah. But the time that we take is 50-50 pretty much.
Yeah, so you do the editing, which is the bulk of everything. And then I do social media, edit the reels. I do stuff for commenting and things like that. Things that don't seem like they take time, but then when you start...
But it's like loads of little bits,
it's loads of little bits, whereas you do the bulk of the editing and then you're like, right, I'm done that right now. And then I'm like, right, thanks for
and
that.
then I'll put them on like YouTube and like do the descriptions and stuff. Right, so let's go on to the next one. What else have you got for me? Is this going to be the last one?
Yeah, I think this is going to be the last one, and I have 3 to choose from. So look away a second, because I'm going to pick them.
The other ones we'll save anyway.
Yeah, we will save them because I've got them here. You're not allowed to look. Don't look, Laura.
I'm not looking.
Okay, this is a nice short one. Love this. Love this for us.
Also, if you can hear snoring, it's Luna.
Yeah, so it's about that.
It's very cute.
She just won't move. I'm going to take a picture, then you can upload it. Let me take a picture of her. So, am I the arsehole for wanting 80% for my idea?
Interesting.
Initial thoughts. What do you think? Initial thoughts?
I don't know. I need more context. But I'm thinking, yeah, maybe.
I'm going to try and keep this as short as I can. My daughter is a freelance artist. Anyway, due to having more time during the pandemic, I had this idea that she and I could work on together on a children's picture book together. Say it together again, together. She was excited.
Really, very quickly, already my mind's changed. She's thought of the idea, her daughter's done all the work, and she wants 80%. Is this what it is? Because if it is, wow, I'm falling off my chair.
I love how you immediately thought it was a woman doing this. I immediately went to a man. I was like, this man.
No, I think this is like one of those bratty mothers like before. Like entitled mother. I want the money. Is it the dad or the mum?
It doesn't say. It just says my daughter is a freelance artist. Anyway,
that is definitely a mother.
She was excited about the idea because she always wanted to do something like that. So at the point, it was just an idea. Nothing concrete. The point is we both wanted to do it. Fast forward until now. I have a cute story idea. I told my daughter about it and she loved it. Here's where the problem begins. I offered to pay her $500 for her work. Apparently, she wasn't happy with that. She said she deserves more because she would be doing way more work than me. She obviously doesn't understand. She obviously doesn't understand that it just took me months just to come up with the good idea. I mean,
but it's not months of work. It's months of thinking.
Yeah, I don't know, hon. Then I had to write it, proofread it, etc. until it was perfect. I've already done the bulk of the work needed. The only thing she needs to do is... Oh, I hate that. The only thing she needs to do is illustrate it, especially considering that picture books are in a simply style.
Oh, fuck you. Do you know what? I am so angry right now. I need to go for a walk. I need to go for an angry walk.
You're so funny.
I would disown this mother. I'm sorry. No, I wouldn't. No, I think it's a mother me. Although when you started talking again, I was picturing a man. I think it's fucking disgusting, and I'm so sorry for my French, but it needs. I'm so angry.
I'd already done the bulk of the work needed. The only thing she needs to do is illustrate it, especially considering that the picture books are in a simpler style. This should be a very easy task. I think I deserve at least 80%, but I'm being generous by offering her not only a percentage of the sales, but a professional rate up front. I feel that
500 quid's not a professional rate for a whole book.
$500, which is less than £500, I may add. I feel like she's been very ungrateful asking for more out of me, especially considering the fact that am I the arsehole.
Right, I'm excited for the top comment.
Top comment, you are the arsehole. The only thing she needs to do is illustrate it. The illustrations are a tremendous component of an illustrated book. Give her a fair share.
I'm sorry, it's not the tremendous component. It is the component, because if the shit, you're not going to buy it. Some people, like, if the storylines, it's all right, but the illustrations are beautiful, you'll still buy the book. But if the illustrations are stick men, you're not going to buy the book.
No, I think that's it. I think the person, the parent in this situation is not acknowledging their daughter's worth and their daughter's talent, which makes me think that they're entitled.
If they
I get that writing a book is like, it takes time, and I get that.
No, I'm sorry, but it's not Harry Potter at the end of the day. If it's a children's book, it's probably a few lines a page. But I don't want to do, you know.
I know, I'm just about to say, you're giving a disservice to authors and writers here. I genuinely think
it's 50-50.
I can't write to save my life. It's not something I've ever done. I can't do words. Words escape me. But I understand. I have a friend who's a writer. She'll be listening to this. Hi, Liv. We mentioned Liv, and she sent me a message saying, "Oh my god, you mentioned me!" Like, and it wasn't even her that listening to it. So her and a boyfriend listened to the podcast.
That's so
and he
cute.
listened to it without
What's his name?
Ben.
Hi, Ben. I've never met you, but I love you.
And he listened to it, and he's, oh my god, they've mentioned you. So yeah, I just thought I'd mention Liv. And I know like how much work goes into all of Liv's stuff.
Yeah.
I get it.
I'm sorry, I did. I'm sorry, I'm just on the defensive. That's what's happening.
It is.
I've got RSD, which comes with ADHD.
There we go.
No, I was just going to say, obviously it takes a long time to come up with these ideas.
But
and it's
not
got
necessarily
to be great.
what he's saying, it's how they're saying it. Well, I need to keep saying he, it might not be a he, it might be a she, it might be something in between. But yeah, so it might be whatever the parent is saying, it's coming from an entitled place, and it's really
like
this
is more important than the illustration. And my thing is, sorry to interrupt you, I just need to say, I'm just really angry. He's downplaying what the illustration is, and what I'm saying is not that And what I'm saying is not that it's not as important, but it's just as important, if not sometimes more important, and they're not realising it. If they really think that the words are more important than the illustration, how about they just publish the book just with the words and see how well it does? I'm so angry. I'm sorry.
Do we need to put you in time out?
No, I do. I was saying this before because it's been really annoying having to try and do this episode because of like loads of different distractions. Everyone's shouting outside. I'll say it. Everyone's shouting outside. Here's the Met. That's actually quite a quiet one, but the Met keeps coming past, so we have to keep stopping.
Snoring.
And I've got like, I'm what's it called?
Overstimulated,
and I need a walk. I need to just clear my head because I'm agitated. So I'm agitated anyway, so I'm sorry.
Yeah. No,
I'll keep all this in.
But
take this with a pinch of salt, please.
So someone's put, it's pretty rich to minimalise the illustrations when the words are only what OP will think will be contributing.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot goes into 220 to 200 words in a picture book, but the pictures are by far the most important part.
Here's the Met. This is what we have to deal with
every time we film. And then someone's put, I was thinking exactly the same. It's a picture book.
Yeah, a picture book.
Isn't that like a paragraph or two worth of words? And it's for children, so it's not exactly a modern day Shakespeare level of literature. Or some other fancy way of saying it isn't something you need a degree in English literature to write. I don't know. I have literally
that was a nice way of putting what I said. Yeah. Sorry, I'm like really loopy.
Someone's put, I've just checked the math, and if they sold a book for, let's say, $15 at 20%, the daughter would only earn $3 per book, while OP would get 12. So if they sold 100,000 copies, the daughter would get 300k, while you get 1.2 million. I mean, fair enough.
50-50, I say. That's what I would say. It is considerably a lot more work to do the illustrations. Take it from me, who has done it. I was up all night, sleep without any sleep.
Someone's put, the only thing she needs to do is illustrate it, ? Illustrating isn't easy, and especially for a children's books, it's a very major selling point of the book. In my opinion, anybody with half a brain cell can string a sentence together enough words to entertain a child, but producing artwork that visually stimulates children enough to want to keep looking at the book takes real talent.
Well, this is all that I wanted to say in a nice, concise way with the emotion taken out of it. I'm a very emotional person.
I think it should be 50-50 after all.
Yeah.
Your book is worthless without the pictures. Let's see what.
I want to see what they've said back.
So someone's put, I think it should be 50-50 after all. The picture book is without the pictures is worthless. You are aggrandizing your part while belittling her contribution. Each would be nothing without the other. And then they've put, OP has put, that's what the $500 up front is for, is it not?
No.
If she was being paid nothing up front, then yes, 50-50, but she's already being paid more than enough for her work. I've even added more on top, which is why I suggested 80-20.
Right, can I just say that AOI... What have you just read? Please read it to me.
So someone's put, info, how old is your daughter? Does she do freelance artwork professionally? Approximately how many individual illustrations is she proposing for this book? She's 25, right? I mean, not really. She does commissions for strangers online. 3, the book will probably be around 30 to 35 pages, most of them fully illustrated. So they've put, you are the arsehole. Charging $16 per image is ridiculous. Children choose books for pictures, not the words inside. An 8-20 split should be the only appropriate if the illustrator is getting the 80%.
I am fuming. Right, what I was going to say was, the AOI say a picture book for children, which is normally around 12 images, right? £3,500, not even dollars. That's how much you should be charging for that. £3,500. I'm so mad. What's happened now? If they updated and said, "Oh, sorry, I'll pay my daughter now."
No. They've replied twice, and I don't want to generalise at all because I just don't want to be that. I don't want to be that bitch. But the way.
Snoring so
I know, it's fine. It is what it is. If you can hear snoring, it's Luna. So I was kind
Hopefully you're listening to this at night and it's sending you off to sleep. Yeah, well, that'd be nice.
the vibe I'm getting is that it's a man.
Yeah, I think it's a man now.
Only for the way that they are saying things, and I don't like.
It's very logical.
I do not want to generalize at all, but I'm gonna.
Men are trash.
It's you're
controversial
get into trouble again.
No, but like I said, pinch of salt. I'm only joking. I've got a gorgeous boyfriend and a gorgeous cat who's a man.
That's what the $500 for up front. No.
Is it not?
Yeah, is it not? And it's so she's
Well, imagine
25, and it's does she do freelance art professionally? And then it's put, I mean, not really. She does commissions for strangers online. That's literally my business plan. That's my business.
Yeah,
I do commissions for strangers online.
so you
And I've been doing it
freelance.
for 3 years.
You're only freelance is only a freelance if you know the person. No.
This gives me, so everybody else has put this belongs in r/choosing beggars. If you have not looked at we do a lot of them at the
It makes
arsehole.
me too mad.
We need to do a r/choosing beggars episode.
But I'm gonna need a few breaks.
It's so bad. It's like it's a Reddit post where people want things for free. So like there's a lot of them where they'll go up being like, hi, I need a childminder willing to pay $5 an hour for this, and it's really great, and they want you to be there for like hours and hours.
Hi, I want this, but what do you mean? You charge for it? It's just a drawing.
Yeah.
I've had many of them. I tell you what, they made me cry. I'm getting angry now that they made me cry.
We'll do a quick one now. Let's do a quick one from
why the hell not?
Right, so someone's put saying, I've just got this email for a freelance graphic designer position I applied to in November.
And this was 3 months ago.
Hi, thank you again for applying for the freelance graphic designer position here at Black. We are a private design service marketplace that gets talented designers get a flat daily pay to create awesome designs for our clients.
Sorry about the Met.
Soz Huns.
They know about it now.
Yeah, it's fine.
We'll carry on.
Yeah. As a part of our selection process, we invite selected candidates to take a design trial project, and you are one of them. But before we move forward, here's a quick overview of the brand and how we will collaborate with you if you wish to join us. You have a maximum of 4 hours to complete this design trial project, and you will get paid $10 if the request is completed and approved by the client.
Wait. The winner gets $10. Wait, how much is that an hour for 4 hours? How much is that an hour? £2 something.
Yeah, $2 something.
So £1.
Yeah. If you pass the first trial, you'll be enrolled onto another 90-day testing phase where you will earn $5 to $10 per assigned project. The earnings per project will be available for withdrawal on our payment portal once the assigned project is complete and approved by the client. We will assign you a minimum of 5 projects per day, so you can choose to work on these on your own schedule.
5 projects a day? Are we machines?
To remain on the platform, you have to complete a minimum of 5 projects per day so that your potential daily earnings can be between $25 to $50 per day, which we consider as the minimum designer should get as a daily payment. Oh, you think $25 is the minimum that a designer should get per day? What? If that sounds good for you, please reply directly to this email and let us know if you wish to proceed with the design trial project and send you the invite on our platform. You have 4 hours to complete it. If you do have any other questions about the assignment, don't hesitate to ask. We'll look forward to hearing from you.
There's so much wrong with that. Firstly, you have 4 hours to complete it. Your time starts now. What the fuck? Is this like a game show? I'm mad. I nearly took my headphones off then and walked out the room.
People have put, here's the translation. We have a pool of graphic designers that we rely on. Most are gone within a few months anyway. High turnover, so we plan to exploit you for as long as you can until you quit. And then put, their turnover is actually extremely low. Nobody ever quits since nobody ever starts after the 90-day testing phase.
90-day testing phase is fucking disgusting.
Nobody ever quits. Nobody's ever formally fired either. They just start sending you work requests and keep you on their mailing list for 2 years until one day they, without any ceremony, deleting your login so that they get to claim that in marketing materials they have thousands of designers on their staff at all times.
Who is this company? Because I feel like they
say.
should not have blanked out who they are. Because that's surely illegal. That's exploitation at its finest. Turn and burn, baby. Billions more people to fuck over.
We have a pool of graphic designers we rely on. Quote, we've burnt through all the quality people we've found on Airtasker and Fiverr. Someone's put they're probably just accepting a bunch of Fiverr gigs and passing them on to somebody else.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, do you know what? Because they're saying you've got 4 hours to complete it. That makes sense, because when I was on Fiverr, they say if there's like a time frame, like a specific straight deadline that you've got to do things in. So I think that's what they're doing. I think they are passing it off.
Edit. Oh, there's an update. I love that.
Oh my God.
Love updates. I've seen some people ask questions and I'll answer them here since all of this is blown up. Due to the subs rules, I'm not naming the company. I'm very okay with naming and shaming through other means though. Unless I'm wrong, then I can post it here. I found this job on Indeed. I thought this company was originally in France. I think Indeed autofilled the company or something, which turns out it's in
Wyoming. Where's that?
Wyoming.
Wyoming. Wyoming. Sorry, I'm doing that thing where I see the first 3 letters and just guess what it says. Wyoming.
No, what you do is you read the first 2 letters and the last letter and you try and make the word
that's what
up.
I did,
You do it all the time. It was like a gondola.
Yeah, gondola. I can't wait to ride on a gondola in Italy.
I was like, what's that?
What is it?
Gondola.
Gondola.
I haven't responded to the email since I was so dumbfounded. I plan to ignore it and move on. And I thought of sending this picture. I thought of sending a picture of a guillotine, but we'll see. I'm definitely not taking this job. And the job search has gotten better. 4 interviews lined up. This came out of nowhere. And honestly, I thought they were going to ghost me like other companies. I think that's the main post I wanted to write. Someone's put, what you need to remember is that this is not just about you. If this is a legitimate business that needs to be reported, you might be fine completely ignoring this exchange and moving on, but people more desperate than you will be taken advantage of.
Yeah.
Here's a page for Wyoming Journey of Terror where you can report it. Oh my God, I really want to know who it is. All right, let's have a look at the comments, see if people say. Yeah, someone said, you're all missing the point. They only get paid if the project is accepted by the client.
Yeah, it's Fiverr that. Fiverr. Because if it doesn't get accepted, then they'll ask a different designer to do it until it gets accepted. And that's why the time frame's so small. Shocking.
I hate that.
Ruffle. I've not used that in ages. We're all on floor laughing.
Send them a picture of a ball sack. But yeah, no, so that's Choosing Beggars and it's fabulous. Have a look.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sad and it's annoying, but it is fabulous.
It's too much for me. I will probably round myself up and have a heart attack.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode. This little this has been very unhinged of us.
Yeah.
Laura's gone off on one.
I do really feel like this is the time to end this podcast episode, because
Before you
if
have-
not, I will.
Are you having palpitations?
Yeah, I'm having palpitations. I need to go for a walk, clear my head and think happy thoughts, listen to some nice music.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I forgot.
Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this podcast episode.
We'll see you soon.
Oh, also I wanted to add that our private Facebook group is live and kicking.
It's called
the
DIFY Club. The DIFY Club. Diffy Club.
The Diffy Club. Just so it weren't too long to type in.
Yeah.
But on there, I'm holding website audits, we're kind of all giving each other advice. There's loads of different posts on there. So if you find a post, if you have a question, search for it because it might have been asked, or you can ask us. It's just somewhere where we can speak in real time and we can all have a discussion rather it being like 2 ways. It can
rather than us talking at a camera and then you're just like listening, you know?
Yeah.
We can actually have a conversation.
But yeah, no, we're letting everybody in. But yeah, join it. Yep, so I hope you've enjoyed this podcast episode and we'll see you next week for another episode of the Do It For Yourself podcast with FOXANNE and Laura Francis Heitzman.
That was stunning. I feel like we should do that again with a little bit of a harmony. With FOXANNE and... Go on.
Leave this in.
Okay.
Don't cut it. Leave that in.
Oh no. I'm out.
Okay.